So the Department of Justice released, I guess, millions of pages, additional pages, now after pressure on Epstein, and in what is already being reported, the very early, very preliminary stuff that's being reported out is horrendous. It's absolutely vile. Donald Trump held parties at Mar-a-Lago called calendar girl parties, allegedly, where teenage girls were brought in by Jeffrey Epstein and auctioned off by Donald Trump, and Donald Trump would measure their tightness by checking them out. Allegedly. Once again, this is what's in the files. This is not what I'm saying. It's what the fucking files say. You know, the files that Kash Patel said doesn't exist. The files that Pam Bondi said don't exist. One person accounted being one of these girls, and that's how Donald Trump would check their tightness so that he could let everybody who was auctioning on them know. And that she was 13 years old when he first forced himself into her. She was moved into a room where other people were, including, according to her, the now president, Donald Trump, and her and somebody else, I believe the file said, was they were forced to perform favors orally on Donald Trump, allegedly, according to the reports, according to the files. This is not a one-off. This is not a, oh my God, Trump might have been involved in that. There have been accusations being made against this man for decades. Decades. Well before he got into politics. There have been accusations from women, from girls. There has been photographic evidence of his existence in the world that people now know as an international pedophile ring. He can't bring himself to say bad things about certain people. He wished Ghislaine Maxwell well. His own pedophilic thoughts creep out of his mouth when he talks about how, when he did talk about how he wanted to have intercourse with his own daughter, or how that girl was going to be dating him in so many years, and how he bragged about walking into teenage dressing rooms to see teenage girls naked. There's a pattern, a years-long pattern, decades-long pattern. And now we're seeing more of it. We're seeing really, really grotesque extents of it. And there are people in this country that are taking to social media to figure out how to defend it. To figure out how to say, but this guy, but this instance, oh no, that's fake news. How do we know any of this is real? There are people taking to social media in the wake of seeing stories about alleged stories about Donald Trump measuring teenage girls' tightness so he could auction them off to other men. And they're coming on here to be on the side of that guy. How? How is your knee-jerk reaction? I need to get on social media and defend this. I need to get on social media and discredit the people saying it, talk about what people thought about it years ago, talk about what people think about it now. How the fuck is your default to defend a pedophile? To not look at this and go, this is the worst shit we could possibly imagine. We need to do a full and complete investigation into all of these accusations. How is your default not that, but rather to go, hey, whoa, but... Would you be on social media today trying to give us whataboutism and if buts if it was one of your kids? Fucking teenagers, man. I want you to imagine the scenario that I've already read to you from the files this morning. A teenage girl who said she was part of an auction at Mar-a-Lago with other teenage girls where Donald Trump allegedly auctioned her off to other rich, powerful men. Or auctioned these girls off to other rich and powerful men. And Donald Trump would explain to the men how tight each girl was based on his own inspection of them. And this girl recounts how she was led into a room and forced to perform oral on Trump. And your default is to come on here and go, whoa, whoa, but. This isn't even about politics anymore. It's about fucking humanity. And you fucking people that are on social media today defending this, trying to excuse it away, trying to discredit the messengers, trying to do anything but call for full and outright investigations into all of this shit from the top of your lungs, you have no morality. You have no decency. You have no humanity. You don't give a shit about kids. You're willing to excuse pedophilia for political wins. That's what you are.